I'll do. You're alright. Hey, we're out in forest, ain't we, Billy, eh? Good lad. And we've not got a lot of gear with us today, and we need to rattle a shelter up. It's going to be dark in 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours max. So I've not got a lot of time. So I'm going to show you one of these shelters that I use sometimes, and it's a variation on a lean-to, but and I'll tell you why I do certain bits when I've finished it. We'll rattle it off quick as we can. Like I say, not got a lot of time, and I need to get a shelter up, I need to get enough firewood, I need to line it, because we've no gear, we've only got what we're wearing, so, and there's a fair bit of wind. So like anything, we're going to position it with the back to the wind, or slightly side on, so the wind, if we have a fire in front, the wind blows the smoke away. But it's a southwesterly, so it's coming in. So, and as ever, you want to use the natural environment if you can. I could easily find a fallen tree in this forest with a big root system and put it under that. There's quite a few natural shelters I could use in this forest, but it's good to practice these other skills. As a rule, in this sort of conditions, this time of year, without any gear, I'd be going for a debris shelter as a rule. If you look back at some of my vids, you'll be able to see us building a debris shelter, and that's something that's going to keep you warm without a fire. Yeah, you can always have a little fire in the front of it if you want, but as a rule, the debris shelter keeps you warm through trapping the earth. So you build it just bigger than you, just in, so you've just got enough space, and crawl in there, pull a load of leaves in with you, block the end up with your rucksack, get down, and it keeps you warm through your body heat being trapped inside it. Big thick layer on top, probably about your elbow to your fingertips at least, and that'll keep you warm. But tonight we're going to do something slightly different with the fire. So yeah, stick with us if you fancy it. I'll soon rattle this, well, I hopefully soon rattle it up, because we ain't got a lot of time. We'll rattle this up, and then I'll tell you what we've done and why we've done it. Yeah, okie doke, cheers.
To
chasing the sun again. But you get the idea. So things that I've done, I've got a good strong live branch here that's not going to snap with the weight of this. This needs to be a good strong branch, yeah, that's not going to snap. Because what you don't want to make, you don't want to make a deadfall trap and then crawl underneath it. Because you've got a bit of weight on this, so we need strong branches that are not going to break. We're sure they're not going to break. We've filled it up as much as we can without any little gaps. We've got all my logs all against it at the back. It's lined on the top. Ideally, you want about your elbow to your fingertips deep, you know, for an adult-ish. You know, we're looking at about that deep. If you can do it that deep, fantastic, even better. Inside, I'm going to line it inside as well. I'm still on with that. So I'm going to get a really thick layer inside, yeah, of dry stuff. I'm using a lot of pine needles here. Yeah, so I'm going to fill it with pine needles. There's a lot of yellow and white pine around here. So I'm going to fill it with that. And then we can get right in there. Yeah, fire in front of it. For a shelter like this, we're going to go for a long fire. Yep, a full body fire. A little one would be alright. If you had your sleeping bag and stuff, you won't need it. But without a sleeping bag, ideally, a nice long fire that's going to keep you warm from your head to your tips of your toes. So I can block this end up. There's a million things you can do to make it a lot fancier, but time wise, we're chasing time. This is a sort of shelter, hour and a half, quick shelter. So I can block this end up with my rucksack, yep, near my head, make a big pile for my head to lie on, and then we've got a bit of room in there. Start at the bottom and work yourself up there to the top. If you start at the top, it'll all start sliding down. So start at the bottom and then pack it up from the bottom, building up to the top. A big thick layer, a lot thicker than this. So I'm going to carry on putting some more on here. This is the key. I could do a lean-to shelter with my pole across at the same height, but what's the point? Because this end where my feet's going, I don't need 3 foot of room. So where my feet are, I only need this sort of height, so I can squeeze under there. I don't need a lot of height, so it makes it quicker to make, and I need less wood to make it, because these are only short pieces. If it was this high, I'd need another fallen tree really. So it's quicker to make, and it's going to be warmer as well. Put the lid on, just put any of these others out. Right, I'll let this fire down, burn down, let this fire burn down, and we'll get a nice bed of coals, and then we'll get a brew on and a bit of tea. It's absolutely fantastic, that fire where it is. So as it gets later on, I'll extend this out. I'm going to go and get some wood in a minute before it drops dark, and it'll do the job. It's a cracking shelter. It really is a good shelter that's quick to make and surprisingly warm. Once you, even now, just with this small fire now, it's banging off loads of heat from where I am. I'm less than a metre away anyway. I'm only a couple of foot away really, so, but it's right. So if I extend that a little bit longer, bang on. Don't make it too big, just get some nice big thick logs that can just smoulder and burn away and just reflect fire the heat towards you, and you're right. So yeah, don't you like it? But yeah, it's a good little shelter. So if you've never made one, get out there and try it. Quick to make and does a great job. Cheers. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. I'm only human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me. Alright. That Well, thanks for joining us last night. Rick T Outdoors Adventure and Billy. If you like what you see, give us a subscribe or a thumbs up, or a comment's always great. But we're out all the time doing stuff. But yeah, last night did a great job, this shelter. Absolutely fantastic job. Because we had a fair bit of rain during night and a lot of wind, and I'm dry as a bone in there. This wool blanket's a little bit wet on edges, just because during night Billy's moving about and we were up and down. I got up for a was once or twice and this and that, but overall did a fantastic job. So yeah, it's a great shelter. I mean, I didn't have torrential rain or anything, but we had a little, you know, it was persistent for a while. I mean, in hindsight, the only other different things I could have done, I said I was going to do a long log fire. But I was asleep for 9 o'clock, to be honest. Yeah, so I mean, I just let that one go out and we were alright with wool blanket. So, you shared your wool blanket with me, didn't you, Billy, eh? Good lad. So yeah, it was spot on. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you know, it was bang on. So yeah, great night. So yeah, first brew it day. Just gonna have a little bit of pine needle tea, and then we'll get out and we'll do a bit of collecting some bushcraft resources and what have you. Spend a few hours doing that. Looks like a cracking day actually, but the forecast's getting a bit wild for the rest of the week, so anyone else who's out, I think I'll pick the best night. So yeah, so the likes of Jimmy and what have you, he's going out camping on Sunday. Hey, God help you. But nah, you'll be right, It's an adventure, innit? So anyway, look after yourselves everybody, and thanks for joining us, and yeah, get outside. Catch you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.